I kind of have a chicken or the egg, what came first style question for you. Are people pedophiles that are YouTubers because they were born that way, or were they only a pedophile once they became a YouTuber? That is the question. Look, I'm sure I don't need to give you a huge introduction on this one. If you are chronically online like me, you know that the number of people who have been exposed as predators and abusers have sextupled in the past, I don't know, 6 months. It's been insane. You know, there have been smaller names and everything, but there have been some people that have been getting exposed and you're like, wow.
Hey, you know they got your man. They got your mans on sex assault charges. Yeah, the nigga you be hanging with. You ain't know what he was doing? You ain't feel bad at all?
This clip, becomes more relevant every day. It's been people who like walk around are some of the most famous people, and here they come making their millions of dollars and touching millions of children. I'm kidding, it's usually not that much, sometimes. People who have covered who these people are and their crimes, but I feel like no one's really covering why this is allowed to happen and how people have been getting away with it. And I know, big smart brain that you have, you probably already have an answer. Your answer is probably that people, you know, protect these people. Things like this come out about someone who's rich and powerful and famous. People get scared, you know, they don't want to sever their connection to these people. You know, people want a paycheck, and a lot of people are not willing to throw their career away or risk being tormented online trying to expose somebody who is so much more powerful and has so many more fans than them. Honestly, I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. Like, why has it been happening so much more recently? I feel like it's every at least week that we're finding out that someone else is, you know, a horrible person in some way, shape, or form. It was actually a while before this hit like the YouTube, Twitch, internet scene. And the worst part about a lot of this is that there are people who we probably idolize, you and me, and are fans of, that we don't know personally and have done horrible things, and we'll just never know about them because they hid their crimes too well, or the people they committed the crimes against are never gonna speak up. I legitimately could be a serial killer. You would have no idea. And if you're thinking about even remotely investigating me or trying to give an anonymous tip to the police, they will not find your body buried beneath the sand. See, recently it happened to a guy who was a personal favorite YouTuber of mine, Mr. T Lexify. There have been several allegations of him messaging underage girls and doing horrible abusive stuff to his ex-girlfriend, and it seems like he has little evidence or little rebuttal to the messaging underage girls claim. You gotta understand, this is someone that me, personally, you may not know him, I watched this dude since I was like 13. Almost half my life I have watched this one creator, and I've seen it happen to so many people. Like, oh my god, no, my favorite Minecraft YouTuber got exposed for being basically the fucking Punisher. It's a thing where no matter how hard you try to look the other way, you're gonna view that person differently forever. In the age of cancel culture, do we have to cancel someone for being a pedophile or an abuser? Like, aren't you just breaking the fucking law? You have people get canceled for the dumbest reasons nowadays, but pretty much everyone can agree in unison, just don't do anything weird with kids. Don't beat or choke your ex-girlfriend on. I guess we gotta add that one to the list now. So many people do that. If you are someone who gets caught doing something like this, your career is over. Have there really been people who have been able to bounce back from this? I don't think so. I noticed specifically though in these stories when it comes to underage kids, people just believe it right away with little to no proof. And then the worst part is that it almost always ends up being true anyways. These people all have millions of dollars and usually loving families, and they could go literally anywhere in the world they want, but the one place they continuously choose to go is the local preschool. I don't know who's going to be exposed as a pedophile next. They're trying to cancel Mr. Beast for being into some such shit associated with that Shadman dude, which by the way, never thought we'd be talking about Shadman 2024. If you know, you know. They might get Moist Critical for touching kids. They might get Markiplier for touching kids. They might get you for touching kids. They might get me! In all seriousness, it is disgusting to see how many people do not understand the age of consent is a law, not a suggestion. The truth is, these people got away with this for so long because they got away with this for so long. They had people who covered up stories for them, who knew about it, who protected them, who killed stories or intimidate victims. And in their heads, it wasn't that weird because they liked it. They were good at it. I'm not making a Breaking Bad reference. They felt powerful, specifically when it comes to like YouTube and Twitch. It's the nature of people who kind of come up in these circles. These people were usually people who bet on themselves, and a fair amount of these people were people who were lonely, who wanted attention, and they seeked that attention in the form of an audience via the internet. I would never do that. That's cringe. And I think these people, they kind of never grow out of that teenager headspace. They like to think that they're still young despite their age because their audiences make them feel young. They usually have a lot of kids and teenagers in their audience, as do I, and it's a bit of a weird disconnect. I'm not like 30 years old or anything, guys. I'm not that old, trust me. I just turned 23. I want to die. I think to them, they think it's okay, especially when it comes to people who want to get with a attractive looking woman. Doesn't matter if they're 16. They got money now. They got fans. They deserve it. If there's any creator right now who, if you're ever going to be in a situation where you have these thoughts, whatever satisfaction you get out of it in the moment, it's never going to alleviate the guilt that you will feel and the shame. I mean, for a specific example of that, were Dan Avidan, Danny Sexbane, lead singer of Ninja Sex Party, one half of Game Grumps. He got in a lot of trouble for that. He did nothing illegal, but it's just a weird pattern of behavior when you have conversations with someone when they're a minor, and then once they finally become of age, the conversations become very sexual. Don't even play around with these underage kids' accusations anymore because almost always they're proven true. If there's even a shred of evidence, people kind of just go to believe it. I kind of think that this mentality and how people are is going to be weaponized. We've seen this recently with Ava Chris Tyson of Mr. Beast. She was a person who has been a longtime friend of Mr. Beast and been in his videos forever. She recently just got exposed for like the Shad Man thing I mentioned earlier, just having some of his art that was basically just lolly stuff, which degenerate, bad, lolicons, pedophilia. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I don't care if it's an anime. I don't care if technically she's 3,000 years old. You going straight to hell with Jared Fogle. I don't give a damn. And that maybe could have been excused given that it was such a long time ago and Shadman was a really popular artist that a lot of people engage with. But I think it was more so that he was kind of meeting up with underage fans and making inappropriate comments towards them. Mr. Beast has completely cut ties and denounced his relationship with her. Like, think about that. Given that she is a transgender woman, people are bringing down these accusations on her so much harder than they would if it was just a straight white man. People would have gotten over it. And I know this because Mr. Beast, a straight man, I mean, as far as we can tell, if that ever changes, you know, let me know, Jimmy. Also said some very edgy, offensive stuff in the past, you know, was a fan of Shadman's as well. We know that Mr. Beast will still be here a month from now. Ava Tyson, I don't think her career online reputation will ever recover for the damage she did to the transgender community, reinforcing the stereotype that, oh, LGBTQ people are pedophiles, they touch little kids, even though that's not what she did. It doesn't matter. It's why it's so important just to never interact with minors, because it will destroy your career and possibly the reputation of other people's, which leads me to the Cody Co incident recently. It's crazy how this Cody Co situation where he slept with podcaster, YouTuber, model Tana, he fucked me with a toothbrush Monjo. He slept with her when she was 17 and he was 25, which is not good at all. Shouldn't have to tell you that. Now, I don't think Cody Co deserves to be called a pedophile over this, but it's the kind of thing where people who know him and people he's associated himself with, it really makes it seem like it's not the only time that he's had inappropriate relations with someone much younger than him, specifically a minor. And the thing about the D'Angelo Wallace video is he dug this up. This was something that people have known for years and just let Cody Co get away with because we liked him, he was funny, Tiny Meat Gang, haha. And the thing is, now everyone who Cody Co has associated himself with, they're going to be looked at with a bit of scrutiny now. Anyone who isn't even a pedophile or has never done anything wrong is going to look bad just because they were friends with him this whole time. Yeah, they probably knew and they should have said something sooner, but when there's that much money and that much fame on the line, are you possibly going to destroy your career and someone else's over a mistake that happened years ago? I don't know, maybe you should. I myself have never been in that situation. You, the viewer, probably haven't either. It's hard to say. Same goes with the Dr. Disrespect situation. I already made a video on that, and look, that one was personal to me because I'll be upfront with you, I never liked the guy. And I was never a huge fan of the people he was friends with either. But given that he's had a friend like Nick Merckx who has said so much anti-LGBT, so much anti-transgender stuff, bunch of stuff like that, he talked about, oh, protect the children, they need to stay away from children. Finding out that someone that you were friends with and made content with for years was violating those same morals that you upheld so profusely, how does that make Nick Merckx look? Forever, for the rest of his life, it makes him look like a hypocrite. I may not like the dude, but that's unfair to him. He didn't touch any kids as far as I'm concerned. Just because he's a bigot doesn't mean he's a groomer, you know? Two things can be true at once. Definitely be careful who you're friends with. Don't be afraid just to tell someone you know, hey, stop doing fucked up and illegal shit. Thank you. Any content creator who has been in this position, if you made a mistake, maybe just own up to it. Apologize to the person and just say, hey, I'm sorry, what I did was wrong and you deserve an apology. At least make the victims, perhaps, of your actions feel like you're sorry. I'm not trying to like give someone tips on how to be a better groomer or pedophile, but at least do it intelligently. Come on now. I haven't even talked about things that have happened really outside of the YouTube, internet, Twitch scene too much, because if I were to go down the list of famous actors, musicians, writers, directors, what have you, politicians that have been exposed for horrible acts, this video could maybe be 30 hours. I made this video mainly just to say to people on the internet, hey, don't. You're most likely going to have a very negative impact on someone else's life, your own life, the people who are associated with you's life, and of course, the people who respected you, who were your fans, and the people who didn't will hate you forever. Probably. I don't know. I'm a big citrus. I know this is kind of a different kind of video, but I've been having more fun making these, so expect more, because I have fun making them. I know a lot of people are just going to click off the video by this point, and I just wanted to say a few more words. Go click off the video, go enjoy your day. Leave me a comment, of course, let me know what you think, because I love debating with you guys in the comments and everything. I did just want to say you can support me and all the stuff in the description, Patreon, YouTube membership, blah, blah, blah. I would appreciate your money, but don't ever feel inclined to give it. The main thing I wanted to say, though, also join the community Discord and search me again. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Big Citrus. Don't touch little kids, don't touch little citruses, and have a damn good one.